Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NBA Live segment for Tuesday, December 4th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't went and checked out our website at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups, and we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to come check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. So hey, how you doing out there, Jeremy?
Yo, man, I like this slate. The more I got into it, the more I kind of like this slate. I think there's some really good spots. I like the builds I'm coming up with for this slate, so I'm excited for lock.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think today's going to be a fun day. For me, like I mentioned in my video earlier, I definitely think it is more of a GPP slate. Just because, there's some guys that are definitely overpriced. FanDuel, they know what they're doing by overpricing guys on these small slates. They're making it a lot more difficult for people. So, yeah, man, me and Jeremy are going to be here till about 3:30 Pacific time, so about 20 minutes, answering any questions that you guys have for us going into tonight's NBA slate. So, I mean, if you guys got it, man, if you guys got the questions, hit us in the comment section below. We'll get to you as fast as we can, but we are going to get out of here about 3:30 because we got to do our own lineups as well. So yeah, man, what is your initial thoughts on this slate? Is there anybody that's jumping out to you as complete locks, or what are you seeing so far?
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that I like on this slate. I mean, I think there's some really good value when you start to look at, like you said, for tournament builds. I think there's some really good value. I think that there's guys like Corey Joseph who you can pivot to off of Darren Collison on this short 5-game slate. Collison. The thing about Collison is we know he's priced up on the slate, but the guy's averaged 9.6 points and 9.9 assists in his last 4 games, filling in for Oladipo. So he's played extremely well. Like you said, guys are priced up on the slate, but at the same time, I think there's some guys that are really fairly priced on this slate as well that maybe got missed or didn't get priced up. So finding those is key on this slate also.
Yeah, and my boy Dwayne Fortner, he got jokes, man, talking about that we sound a little mad and shit. Hey, real quick, so just a couple of things real quick. Dwayne actually brought it up. Yeah, I'm running a contest on my core plays for today. If I get 100 likes on that video, I'm gonna give away a free VIP package. All access to our site. And I know we're very close. Let me quickly just check where that's at. Like I said, I know it's close for sure. Yeah, so we're at 75. So we need 25 likes in the next 45 minutes, and I'm going to give away a free package, man. So you guys haven't already, go make sure to just quickly click that like button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and give away that package. So first question that we got Arturo wants to know Sacramento and Phoenix game stack. I mean, Jeremy talked about that last night, and I definitely think you could do a Sacramento and Phoenix game stack. That game has the highest over/under on the slate. There's some value, in those games as well. So I think that you could do a game stack for GPP. What do you think about that, Jay?
I last night I said it too on our shoot around video. I thought this game would be entertaining. I understand Devin Booker and TJ Warren are out, but you still got guys that can play, and there's not a lot of defense in this game. There's really not. So I think there's some guys that, Trevor Ariza is still an NBA player. A guy can knock down threes. DeAndre Ayton, really good, solid young player. You can definitely stack this game up. I would probably go 2x2 or 3x3. I wouldn't go a straight 4x4 stack with it. But you can definitely stack this game up.
Right. And Christopher, real quick, he wants to know a solid center. John Pink pretty much asked the same question. For me today, I put him in my core plays. I like Ayton a lot today. I think Ayton's a little bit underpriced. They're going to need some extra buckets from him with the other guys out. So me personally, my favorite center on the slate is Ayton. Who do you got today, bro?
So that's the thing, right? I think Ayton is the absolute chalk. Everywhere I look in the industry, everybody's on Ayton, but it's hard. Look, in my video today, this is what I said. I said, you don't have to get cute in every spot. Sometimes a guy's in a really good spot, lock it in and look for other spots to be different and find a lower owned player. I think that Ayton is the chalk on the slate. I have no problem with him. But if you want to look elsewhere, you can look at playing. One thing we've done is we've taken centers all year long against the Bulls. If you want to go there, feel free. Right. There is other spots you can go. If you want to, take DeAndre Jordan and thinking in a home game against a familiar opponent that he's played a lot in his career, and you think there's upside there, load him in a tournament. but you don't have to necessarily go with Ayton.
My favorite two centers on the slate is Ayton, and I really like Gobert as well. For me, Gobert is GPP for me because of the price tag is way up there. But he definitely has the upside. Vucevic and Whiteside going against each other, that's kind of our rule we always talk about. We don't really like targeting big guys going against each other because one of them always gets into foul trouble. And the funny thing is we always say it, bro, and it always happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, those are my
recent game history. Neither one of these guys have played well against each other either.
Right. Yeah, so real quick, Mike, he was asking if Gobert is a complete fade. I think that you could definitely get some exposure, especially if you're max entering tonight with the optimizer. All you have to simply do is click the star next to Gobert, and that gives you the like exposure, and then he'll be in a couple of your lineups. I think that Gobert is somebody that you could throw in a couple of GPPs. I wouldn't say put him in half of your lineups. But, hey, 10, 20 lineups and 150 and move on. I definitely think that is fair for Gobert on this slate. What do you think?
I think it's fair. I do think it's fair.
You know what I mean? 10, 20 lineups, just get a little exposure. This way, if he does go off, then you got some combinations with him in it. For sure, that's why. But it's crazy because, I used to be, you've known me for about 4 years now, and I've always been a complete cash game player. I just make one optimal line, and that's what I do. But now that we got our own optimizer, and I'm really getting into it a lot, but I ain't gonna lie, I love max entering every single night, bro.
I'm gonna give you guys a play too that you can load in if you're max entering. This is a guy that I would probably get at a 10% exposure rate, and that's Costa Kufos. Just in case that game does blow out, and this is one of those spots where Kufos could get some extra run, or he could just get run out of nowhere. Dave Yeager's done this in the past with many guys in this rotation where you think you've got him figured out, and then with his bigs, he just throws out, a Costa Kufos or Giles or, Justin Jackson, one of these guys that get extended run. So at center position, if you want to be different, Kufos is a guy you could definitely load up as a drop spot play and be really different on this slate.
Yeah, and then real quick, another question I had on the news on the Miami. We got a couple of news for the Miami. We don't have it all. We know now that Tyler Johnson is going to play. Derek Jones as well is going to be in. Those are two guards that are playing. We are still waiting on the Magruder news. If Magruder is out, that does open up even more minutes for the guard spot. I was really, really high on Dwayne Wade, and I still really like Dwayne Wade, but I like him a lot more if Magruder is out. So it's something that we still got to kind of wait on and keep an eye on it, man. But yeah, that's all I really heard on the Miami thing so far. What do you think?
I've heard a couple of things on Miami. Tyler Johnson, obviously, you mentioned that he's playing. Another guy that's playing tonight and available is Derek Jones Jr. If you want to load him up as a drop spot play, the guy has gotten some run. He's seen 17 minutes just back on the 20th. Of November. So, this is a short slate. The drop spot is a good chance. Guys at minimum value is a good opportunity to take a chance on guys and be different in your build.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, freaking hey, Mike Daddy's getting on you, bro. He said, when'd you grow a beard?
all year. All year. Hey, it's funny because we usually do a screen share and show, we kind of do this, our shoot around from the optimizer, right? So I think that we had done like maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of videos, and then all of a sudden, like, when did you shave your head too? So like, I've had my head shaved for the past like 10 years, bro.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, man. When they want to know Mitchell or DeRozan, I'll let you get started on that, and then I'll chime in my opinion on it.
I love Donovan Mitchell tonight. I mean, I take a look at what he's done since he's come back from the injury, and he's gotten 24, 22, and 24 shot attempts at 8,500. I think if a guy's going to take that many shots, I think there's a great opportunity there. I don't mind DeRozan. But this team's just really bad. They're really bad. So they're so dependent on him scoring the basketball, and if he has any kind of an off night, it seems like they get blown out. And if the game does blow out, I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm with you. I definitely think that I do like Mitchell more than DeRozan for sure. Yeah, man. So what else we got? Sorry, I was jumping around trying to – Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, for me, he's always a guy that he is in play because he does have some upside. But Aaron Gordon, he's just too inconsistent for me. Aaron Gordon isn't a guy that I play much. I've played him one time this whole season so far. I mean, what do you think about Aaron Gordon?
Aaron Gordon's my favorite play at power forward tonight. I'm hoping that I haven't looked at our ownership projections yet, but I'm going to take a look at those in a minute. I'm hoping he's low owned. I hope people go to Sabonis. I hope people go to Jackson. I hope people go there because Aaron Gordon has crushed Miami in his previous 3 games. Going back to October of this year, he had 47 fantasy points. He had a 54-point game against him last year. Played 36 to 37 minutes, dating back to all his games he's played against him since last year. I think he's one of the most fair price guys for what he's done against this particular team on the slate at the position. I obviously like Sabonis a lot too, and I've got a lot of lineups with both of them to be a little bit different. So Aaron Gordon's a guy I like a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think that, he is in play, but if I had to pick between him and Sabonis, I am definitely going to go Sabonis. We were talking about that last night. The more I was looking at it, Sabonis is he definitely is in a crush spot today as well. Sacramento power forward Bagley is out.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm building a lineup and I'm putting Josh Jackson in it. And then I'm building the exact same lineup and I'm putting in Troy Williams because I think those 2 guys benefit a lot. You can also look to load up Giles as a drop spot, but Josh Jackson's a really good scorer. He kind of matches the skill set of what Phoenix is going to roll out and tempo-wise. Giles does too. Really all 3 of those guys. But the problem is that you don't know what Dave Yeager's going to do. You just have no idea what he's going to do with that position. But with Bagley out, that's why I mentioned Kufos. I think Kufos could get some run tonight. Usually Kufos plays 15 to 20 minutes if he's not listed as out. And then I like the other 3 guys as well.
Yeah, I mean, from what you just mentioned, Josh Jackson is one of my favorite plays on the slate. I honestly, he's probably going to be very chalk. They're going to need somebody to score the ball. And he's shown us in the past, man, the guy has 40 fantasy point upside. So I think that Josh Jackson is a really good play on this slate. So yeah, man, we got about 7-8 more minutes. You guys got any more questions? Definitely feel free, hit us in the comment section. We'll get to any questions that you got. So, bro, it was funny because who was it? I think it was Dwayne. He said, "Hey, it's a bad slate when Lillard is pretty much the best player on the slate like today." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, hey, but Lillard's played well recently. He's got a couple 50-point fantasy games and.
But usually Lillard, I mean, he's a guy that we're not really going to target at 10,000. That's the thing about it. But on this slate, I mean, you have to pay up somewhere, and he's going to give you that solid floor. So real quick, we got Aldridge or Gordon. Who are you going with?
I mean, I pretty much just gushed over Aaron Gordon. I'm riding with Aaron Gordon. I'm max entered in a few tournaments tonight. And I will have my highest exposure power forward to Aaron Gordon for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and my thing is I just told you guys I'm not a guy that plays Aaron Gordon, but Aldridge is in a tough matchup going against Gobert. Very, very tough matchup. So yeah, I'm not really going to mess with Aldridge. I definitely think in that particular situation, I will go with Aaron Gordon as well. So James wants to know, can you fade Lillard tonight, or you just go with the raw points he's going to give you and take his floor?
Hey, let me just say one thing quickly, though. The matchup against Gobert is tough, but Aldridge has risen to the occasion, at least last year. You look at last year, he averaged 47.7 fantasy points against Gobert. He had a 66.8 fantasy point game and a 54.5. So I think Aldridge may be the contrarian play. That's the lower owned play on this slate because of Sabonis and some other spots like a Josh Jackson that you could pay down for a little bit. So Aldridge could be the contrarian play. Don't absolutely not play LaMarcus Aldridge tonight. There's upside there. He's just GPP play only.
Right. So real quick, my boy Rice wants to know if this slate's a slate where we pay, you spend your bankroll, or if you keep it low. In my opinion, I think today is the day that you play a little bit lower. You don't really go too crazy. Like I said, in my opinion, it is more of a GPP slate for sure.
Yeah, stick to the basics, man. Like, for one, the answer to that question is play 10% of your bankroll every single night and then have a process in which you invest that with cash game and tournament. So don't really look at a slate as this is one to load up on or this is one to pay down on. Like, stick to your process. That's how you become profitable.
Right. Yeah, man. I always tell everybody 80-20 strategy, 10% every night. Move about your business. Do you like I actually like Fournier a little bit for GPP. Do you like Fournier at all?
I like Fournier in a GPP. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Any thoughts on De'Aaron Fox? De'Aaron Fox, he's in a spot where he can absolutely crush tonight. I think that you got to have some kind of exposure to De'Aaron Fox. He, for me, is pretty much the same thing as Gobert. If you're playing 150 line, throw him in 20, 25 lines and just kind of get that exposure. You want, the cool thing about small slates and why I say that they are more GPP slates is you could kind of get a little bit of exposure everywhere, kind of touch bases and cover all angles, and you still, you know what I mean? So I definitely think that De'Aaron Fox is in play.
Hey, I mean, I watch a lot of the Kings, and in our shoot around video, I talk about them every time on the slate. I like this team, man. I do. It's a good young team. Fox has gotten way more aggressive in his last 3 or 4 games. He's gotten a lot more aggressive, going to the hole and looking to just create for himself and just straight go to the hole. And then that's created his assist numbers are up. I mean, a couple of games back, the guy had 0 points and 10 assists. So I like the way Fox is playing. You're right. This is a crush spot for him.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you're saying he's been aggressive the past couple of games. Well, this dude's been aggressive all season. I mean, this is like a night and day difference last season to this season, just the whole season in general.
I agree with you, but I'm saying from what he's done early on in the season, the last 3 or 4 games, he's like stepped it up where he's just straight trying to take the ball to the hole and dunk on people.
Right. Yeah, hey, I think he's definitely in play. So my boy John said you lock in Crawford, you lock in Josh Jackson, you lock in Ayton, you lock in Gordon, and you move on. What do you think about that?
John might have just watched my core plays video.
Did you have all those
guys? Yeah, so I think I have Ayton as my Ayton is my center, Gordon my power forward. I listed Mitchell and Crawford go either way, and then I have Richardson as the core piece, a small forward, but I mentioned Jackson is a guy you could definitely fit in there at number 2 in the spot he's in.
All right. And do you like Buddy Hield or you like Bogdanovich more? Real quick, Maria, are you talking about Bogdanovich for the Pacers or Bogdanovich for the Kings? If you're talking about Bogdanovich for the Kings, shit. They like Bogdanovich a lot. I probably would have to go Bogdanovich. What do you think about that, Jay?
I'm kind of feeling Bogdanovich in this spot just because if you watch Sacramento play, when he's in the game, Buddy Hield's usually not, and neither is De'Aaron Fox. And Bogdanovich tends to handle the basketball.
He's a playmaker, bro.
And he's a playmaker, exactly. Yeah. Whereas Buddy Hield is more of a scorer for them.
Yep. You're absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right. So my boy John Pink said the optimizer has been on absolute fire. Make sure and use it. So, hey, I love it when our people are in there. They're telling us the optimizer has been on fire. The cash lines have been on fire. I know we always say it, but people are probably like, they're just saying that. But when our members are saying it, hey, man, you got to go with what works. And what works is joining the money team. That's all I really got to say about that. So we got a couple, 2 more questions, and we're about to get out of here, bro. You got Mitchell and Wendell Carter or Doncic and Ariza?
I'm just curious why Adrian's on Wendell Carter. I kind of would like a little bit more information from him if he wants us to give me a solid answer, because with Markkanen coming back and starting, it moves Wendell Carter to a legit center spot. Yeah. I don't know if I like Wendell Carter, the young fella, going against Miles Turner. Miles Turner's a lanky dude who's been playing really well. Markkanen seems like he's in a better spot. Their price is very similar. I think $6,500 for Markkanen, $6,100 for Wendell Carter, somewhere in that neighborhood. But Ariza's a good play. Ariza's a good play. I mean, I kind of like, out of that, before you mentioned, I kind of like the pair of Mitchell and Ariza more than I like Doncic, and half of Dallas is still a game time decision. I know that the recent news I've seen is Doncic has a good chance to return, but look, short slate, he's a game time decision. Doncic is a GPP only play, and I would have not a high exposure in my lineup to him unless you just had some kind of good information that he was going to play for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the thing we know is NBA is always full of some bullshit, man. It happened to us last week. We had Devin Booker. Our line was going absolute crazy. He was probable. It ended up getting ruled out an hour after lock. So, man, it's tough right now trusting the NBA news. That's all I really got to say. So if I don't get news from now on, if I don't get news, right before lock, I mean, unless I'm playing GPP, cash-wise, I'm staying away from anybody with some damn game time decision tags and shit.
$7,200 is too much for your drop spot if he doesn't play.
Right. It can absolutely just crush your whole night. Alfonso quickly wants to know, is McCollum worth the price tag?
No.
McCollum, yeah. I mean, think about McCollum. He's so scoring dependent. If he doesn't score, he's not going to hit value for you. So I'm not messing with McCollum.
Wesley Matthews and all that. I don't want McCollum today.
Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither. Lillard, Rubio, Bogdanovich, Levine, Josh Jackson, Rudy Gay, Gordon, Sabonis, Bamba. That's what Maria's going with. Hey, man, not bad of a GPP lineup. Definitely not bad of a lineup. And he said the other night he wasn't even a game time decision. He sat out. I'm talking about it was last week. Last week when that happened to us, he was a game time decision, and he did end up sitting that day. That's it, man. Yeah. Hey, Rice, man, I'm with you, bro. I think there's something fishy going on with FanDuel that they give every sport late swap, every single sport but basketball. And basketball is the one that needs late swap the most. There's a reason that they're not telling us why they don't want to give us late swap in basketball for sure.
Who's Israel talking about that was 8,000? Carter? Wendell Carter?
I'm not sure.
Or he's talking about Devin Booker. He might be talking about the Devin Booker.
Oh, Doncic he's talking about.
Yeah. I'm not messing with it. And unless in the next 15 minutes he's going to play with straight a full complement of minutes.
Right.
Then I'll get exposure to him, but no. I'm not
away from me for sure. So, hey man,
you just can't mess with an opportunity like that where a guy wasn't even on the injury report and gets ruled out, and then he's 7,200. I'm not gonna. For me, he turns into your drop spot. You just use $7,200 for your drop spot. You just could have plugged somebody for 3,500 with upside.
Right. Hey man, so that's about all I got for you guys. I got to get up out of here. Got to get these lineups in. I know that Jeremy has to do the same thing. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Make sure to click the like button if you haven't already. Good luck on your contest tonight, man. And that's about all I got for you guys. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for coming on this video and helping me out as well. So, hey, man, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out.